Hi, welcome. I'm Zaz, and I want to take you through a really lovely, hopefully melty hip opening sequence. And I want to bring us back to this idea of self-care. And we've this word gets used all the time, but self-care is not self-indulgence. Self-care is about bringing in compassion, bringing in acceptance, bringing in taking the time to look after yourself so that you are able to be present and compassionate and accepting and strong enough and able to care for others, to ripple that love out into the wider world. So let's just take a moment, find a comfortable spot to sit in. I quite like sitting on my blocks, so I'm sitting up on a block right now. Rest your hands in your lap or in your body. Close your eyes. And allow your breath to slow. Noticing your own internal rhythm. Soften your shoulders. And just turn internally and greet yourself. Say hi. Notice what your energy is today. Notice what you need. And as always, I want to invite you to place an intention for this class and to dedicate this practice to someone that you love. As I say every time, make sure when you're thinking about that list of people that you love, that your name is also on that list. Good. When you're ready, open your eyes. Rest your hands on your knees. Let's just take a few little movements with the spine. Start to wake the body up. Whatever you've been doing today, whether you've just rolled out of bed or come home from a long day at work or just need a little bit of space in the middle of your day. Just move through the body and then reverse the motions. Good. And if you've got a block underneath you, you're going to move it out of the way. Good. And then release the feet in front of you and frame your feet on either side of your mat. Flex your feet, lifting them up nice and toes to the sky, fingertips behind you, arch the back. We're going to drop the knees over to the right side and then pivoting, keeping the heels where they are if you can, the knees over to the left. And continue to move, rocking the knees from side to side. If you want to do this without your hands, you're more than welcome to. If you want to keep your fingers down, you can. You might find that you're doing this little bum shuffle of your bum moving up and your feet move up towards the top of the mat. That's all good. Good. Now the next time you drop your knees over to the left side, we're going to turn and take a twist. Good. Now if you want to, you could grab your blocks or maybe a cushion and come and bring your elbows down onto them, or maybe you bring your elbows all the way down onto the floor. Inhale fully and exhale completely. Inhale fully and exhale completely. On your next inhale, let's take the right arm up to the sky. And as you exhale, reach the right hand. The fingertips are reaching towards the back of your mat, across to the left side. Relax the fingers. You're just getting a nice big twist. And if it feels nicer, that arm just hovers here in the air, go ahead, or fingers come back a little bit more, that's absolutely fine. When you're ready, come back up and pivot to the opposite side, turning back. Elbows down onto your blocks or onto the mat, whatever feels good for you. And notice what you need on this side compared to the other side. Relax the neck, give your head a little shake. And then on the next inhale, reach the left arm up. And then exhale, the left hand over, reaches across as far as you can towards the back of your mat, towards the right side. Again, maybe the arm floats if that would feel nicer, or down on the ground. Nice. Start to bring yourself back up. Move any blocks from behind you. Head and come back to center. Swing your legs over to one side, arriving onto your hands and knees. We're going to arch the back, sinking back, and round the spine, coming forwards. Arch the back, sinking back, round the spine, coming forwards. Tuck the toes under, arch the back, sinking back. Walk your hands back towards your knees. We're going to pick up the knees. Good. And take a little rock from side to side. Now, if your heels are up, that's all good. If your heels are down, that's all good. And if you don't feel very comfortable having your knees super bent, you could lift your bum up. Whatever feels right for you in your body. And eventually, we're going to lift the bum all the way up. Legs as straight as feels okay today. Rock the head. And then walking the hands back towards the feet. Take a gentle sway from side to side. Roll all the way up to standing. Lift your arms up. And then draw your hands into your heart. We're just going to bring a little bit of proprioceptive awareness, sensory awareness into the body. Rubbing the hands together very softly, like you're washing your hands. And then to the back of the hands, through the wrists. Come back to the fingertips. Good. And then sweeping the hands all the way up and down from fingertips to shoulder. Good. So this might seem a funny thing to do. We're going as though we're in the shower. But this actually helps send messages to your brain and to your nervous system so that the brain that controls every movement in the body, this sensory shower is one of the little tricks that we can do to hack the brain and to allow the brain to send messages to the nervous system. We start to deregulate, to calm down. And by sending the message to the nervous system to deregulate, it helps us to decontract our muscles. Because when the nervous system is upregulated, the muscles are tight, squeezed, ready for action. We want to downregulate so that we contract when we want to contract and not as an autonomic nervous response. Good. So when you're ready, come back to center, sweep the arms all the way up. And as you exhale, bend your knees, come all the way down. Walk your hands forwards, lower the knees, and then take your left knee up, sink back. Good. Step the left foot forwards in between your hands. Come up. Good. Lift the arms up. Hands to the ground. Step back. Lift the right knee, sinking back. Step the right foot forward. Lift up, and we're releasing through the left hip flexor this time. Good. Hands to the floor. Come back. Lift the knees up. Turn the heels to the right side. Bend your knees, sinking back. And then come forwards, hovering your knees. Turn your heels to the left. Sink back. Come forwards again. Lower the knees down. And again, we're lifting the right knee up, sinking all the way back. And then stepping the right foot through the hands. Come up into our low lunge, Anjaneyasana. And then come up. We're going to turn that left foot off your mat. So turn the left foot, pivot. Good. And we're facing the side. Nice. Hands into your heart. We're going to bend into the right knee. Good. And imagine that the right knee is pressing against a wall on the right side. Bring your right hand down on the inside of your right knee so that the right shoulder is pressing against your right knee. Sweep your left arm all the way up. Nice. And then let's circle the left arm all the way back to the floor. Turn your left toes back and sink the left hip. Now we're going to come into lizard pose, turning the right toes off to the right side to 2 o'clock. And then if you can, we're going to lift up the sole of the foot a little bit. So the right edge of the foot stays on the ground and we're lifting up the edge of the foot. Knee sinking to the side. Nice. Tuck the left toes under, lift the left knee up, and then step back into a downward facing dog and pedal it out, feeling your way into your body. Good. Take the right leg up to the sky, bring the right knee forwards into your belly, lower the knee to the floor, and take the left leg all the way to the right edge of your mat, bend the knee, popping it just behind the right knee, and let your feet swing out a little bit as you sink down. You might notice a sensation in the outside of your right hip. If you want to, let's take a little stack of blocks. So we rest the forearms on the blocks, bow the head. If you feel like, I want to go a little lower, you could bring your forearms down to the ground, and you might do that and think, actually, this is too low, and bring the blocks back. So do whatever feels good for you. Good. And let's come back up. Separate the knees once again. Tuck the toes under, lift the left knee up, sinking back. Good. And then stepping the left foot forwards between your hands. Okay, let's find our Anjaneyasana, low lunge once again, sinking down. So the earth is pulling gently its gravitational pull down. Good. We come up hands to heart, and we're going to turn that right foot off the mat and turn to the side. Good. Again, we're going to bend into that left knee, and my left thigh is pressing against this imaginary wall. Yeah, so in anatomical terms, we're talking anatomy, I'm externally rotating my left thigh. It's my left knee is tracking through my left middle toe as we sink. And then I'm going to bring my left hand down on the ground. My left shoulder is on the inside of my left knee. I'm taking my right arm overhead. Good. And then I take the right arm all the way back to my right hip and forwards, and turn the right toes back onto my mat. Turn the left toes to 10 o'clock, coming in towards lizard, and I'm lifting up the inside of my left foot. The arch of the foot is lifting. The left knee is sinking. As we sink here. Nice. From here, lift the right knee and step the left foot back. Pedal out the knees, bending one after the other. Good. From here, let's take the right leg up to the sky. Good. Bend the knee, point the knee to the ceiling, the heel to your bum. And then we're going to extend the right leg. Good. Now maybe if you can, take a semicircle or a quarter circle so that the right leg is kind of parallel to the ground on the right side. I'm sticking my right leg out, and then I'm taking it back up to the sky, the toes to the sky. Then I'm pointing my right toes leg straight out to the right side, and then we're lifting back up. And then one more time, right leg comes to point out to the side. I'm going to lift up onto the left tiptoes, bend the right knee, bring the knee to center and step forwards. Let's come up into high lunge. And then turn to the side, lower your left heel down, sink down into your goddess. Coming back to your strength. Inhale, lift up, turn to the top, lift the back heel and turn, sinking down. And then again, let's open the hips back, Goddess pose. Lean the shoulders back into an imaginary wall behind you so you're not sticking your bum out. And come back, lift up, turning to the top, back into a lunge. One more time, turning to the side, back into goddess pose. Good. And then from here, I'm going to straighten. I'm going to turn to the front, lift the back heel, and lean forward. We're going to bring the left knee forwards to the belly. Cross the left ankle over the right knee. Hands into your heart, sticking the hips out. Good. Now just be careful here that we're not letting the leg drop all the way over. The ankle stays over the knee, the foot is flexed, and the knee is opening out to the side. Yeah? So you want to feel a little activity through that left hip. Good. Come back up. Extend the leg, take it on a little journey all the way back. And come back into goddess. Good. Straighten, turning hands to the floor. If you want to pop in a little vinyasa, chaturanga into up dog or cobra, you're more than welcome to. My focus today for my body is going to be just to honor the hips. So I'm going to stay here in the down dog. Good. When you're ready, come back to join us with the left leg up to the sky. And then bending the left knee like I want to kick myself in the bum. My left foot is looking for my right butt cheek. And I'm pointing the left knee to the ceiling, but I'm lowering the left shoulder. From here, straightening the left leg, taking it on a semicircle to bring the left leg parallel to the floor on the left side. And then lifting the toes back up to the sky. And again, left leg comes over towards to point. The left toes are pointing to the left side. Leg straight and back up. And one more time. Left foot comes over towards the left side. Bend the left knee. Lift up onto the right tiptoes. Left knee comes to the belly and steps forwards. Come up into that high lunge. Inhale. As you exhale, turn to the side, heel down. Bend the knees, goddess, sink. Inhale, back to center, rise, straighten the legs, lift the arms. Lift the back heel as you pivot towards the front, back into our high lunge. And then turning again, sinking back down into goddess, leaning the shoulders back, knees apart. Good, come to turn again, top of the mat. Good, and sinking down. Good, one more time. Turning top of the mat. Good, back to our goddess pose. Nice. This time as we turn to the top of the mat, we lean forwards, a little bit more weight in the left foot. We're going to bring the right knee into the belly, flex the foot, hook the right ankle over the left knee, bend the left knee, and then again we're arching the back, sending the right knee out to the side as you sink. Good. Wonderful. We're going to come back up, straighten that right leg, and take the right leg all the way out behind us to gently step back and land it in your goddess, sinking to the side. Straighten the legs, turn forwards, hands to the floor, stepping back, either straight to down dog, or if you want to take that little vinyasa, go right ahead. Here for another couple of breaths so you have your time to come back and join us in this downward facing dog. Nice, my loves. Okay, if we're ready, let's take the right leg up to the sky. Bring the right knee forwards into your tummy. Hold it here, shoulders over wrists. And we're going to turn the knee out to the right side and then turn the knee to the left side. Turn the knee to the right side and turn the knee to the left side. Turn the knee to the right side and then step the right foot forwards to the middle of the mat. Lift that left leg up and then bend the knee, the right knee. You're going to bring the left knee behind. Lower the left foot all the way down and come to sit down on the floor. Take the right hand behind you, the left arm up. We're going to hook the left knee over the right knee, coming into a spinal twist. Turn. Good. Turning in the opposite direction. And then hands behind you, lean back. Bring the left foot down to the floor. Right foot is flexed. Right knee is open. Lift the chest. Good. Now you stay here, lifting the chest up nice and tall. If it feels like, I could bring my bum a little closer to my left foot. Let's see how that feels. Okay, and how does it feel to walk my hands forward? If you find that you're still in a slump, then move the hips back. If you find that when you come forward, you can still lift the chest, bringing the chest a little closer towards your calf, then go ahead. You might want to turn the fingertips behind you. Good. Now, you have an option here. You could either lie down, hugging the left knee into the chest, keeping the right ankle flexed, or you could let the right ankle slide down the left ankle and then take the left foot back, come into your half pigeon. Okay, so two options for you, depending. Some of us don't find half pigeon super comfortable. So if you prefer to go in the other direction, go right ahead. Allow yourself to breathe here, to melt here in whichever variation you've chosen to take. And if you're lying down on your back, you're going to take that right ankle off your knee and rock up to seated. Swivel your feet to the side. And if you're in the half pigeon, you're going to bring that right heel back and step back into down dog. Good. Pedal it out, just noticing how the right hip feels compared to the left hip. Good. And then we're going to take the left leg up to the sky. Good. Bring the left knee into your belly. Lower the left knee down. Take the right leg behind the left knee. Spin the feet out and sink back. Again, you can take the blocks underneath your forearms if you want to, or have the forearms to the floor. Good. Okay, we're going to come back, hands onto the ground. Extend the right leg, and then take the left leg up behind you. Bring the left knee into the belly. Turn the left knee outwards towards the left side, and then back in towards the right. Out towards the left side, in towards the right. Good, out towards the left side, in towards the right, and out to the left side. Coming forwards, we're going to lower the left knee down. Good. Sorry, we're not going to lower the left knee down. We're going to step the left foot forwards to the middle of your hands. And we're going to come up into that high lunge. Good. Bring the hands down to the ground. Lift the right leg up. And then come to bring that right knee behind the left ankle to lower all the way down. Take the left hand behind you, your right elbow over your left knee. Turn to look over the left shoulder. Good. Relax the shoulders. And turning in the opposite direction. Bow. Good. Come to lean back, hands behind you, fingertips pointing towards your bum. Take the right ankle to the floor, left ankle flexes. Lift the chest. And from here, we're going to do the same as we did before. We're going to work the bum a little closer, as long as you can keep the chest lifted. And as soon as we come into this slump, we know that we're not practicing self-care anymore. Here, we're just coming into ego, which is something that is not serving us. So we're going to move back, practice the self-care, the self-love, the compassion, the acceptance. Really building those muscles, just as much as we're building the muscles and building flexibility in the body, we're building even more so the muscles of compassion, the muscles of acceptance. Now again, if you want to come into half pigeon, we're going to slide that left ankle all the way down and then lean forward, taking the right leg out behind you. If you know that that does not feel good in your body and you want to come down and take this variation instead, hands either behind the knee or to the front of the knee, absolutely do that. And we're just going to stay for a few breaths, allowing yourself to float and linger in this hip opening. And again, if you're on your back, you're going to rock yourself up to seated. And if you've been in your pigeon, in your half pigeon, you're going to bring that right leg forward this time. And as you arrive at the top of the mat, soles of the feet join together. We're going to all take a little forward fold. And this is a very simple modification that I somehow find in my practice. I find it kind of makes a big difference for me. Instead of bringing my hands onto my feet and bowing forwards, simply palms facing up, hands forward bowing, even supported hands. And there's just something about this position of surrender. It makes it feel a little bit more open than trying to bunch in here. If I can allow myself to open a little bit more and surrender that tiny bit more into the moment. And then gently coming back up. Separate your feet. And we're going to come down slowly, slowly, vertebra by vertebra, hugging the feet back towards the bum, tucking the tailbone under as I roll down, all the way down to release into Shavasana, giving yourself the space and time to find rest. Inhaling and exhaling, knowing that as we move the body, we're creating an awareness in the body, almost at a cellular level. It's coming all the way into our cells. And when we do that, it's almost as though you let go of shopping bags that you carry around, these heavy shopping bags. You put them down, turn inwardly, and you're really fully present and fully aware of what's going on inside. When we release tension in the body, this starts to allow us to release tension in the mind as well. And it's a practice. Being able to release tension in the mind is a practice. Being able to become aware of how we feel and what we need to adjust, whether it's through breath, whether it's through using props or repositioning the body. Imagine if we were just as conscious and aware of what we need to adjust in our lives. What props do you need in your life? What little adjustment do you need to make? A little bit more sleep, a little bit more connection, a little bit more of what brings you joy. Sometimes we think the answer is money. Well, money maybe brings us the thing that we need. A little bit more of a sense of safety, freedom, calm. Those are the things we want to explore and look for in our practice. And then we start to find it in our lives in all sorts of ways. So you're at home, you're welcome to stay right there for as long as you want to. If you want to move, rock over to your right side and then bring yourself up, seated. Take a little moment here, just recalibrate, reset. Give yourself thanks for being here and for honoring yourself. Know that in doing this practice, you're building that muscle of how to not only honor yourself, but to honor others. Thanks for your practice. And if you want more and you would like to explore some longer practices, do go and check out my website, yogawithzaz.com. There is a whole section. I have a huge library of classes at really reasonable monthly costs. So I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you again soon. Om Shanti. Thank you.